All right, I believe we're live. Welcome back, everybody. Hope you're having a good weekend. Welcome to whatever number three it is. Good grief. Tim, welcome back to the stream. Hope everybody's doing good. Hope everybody's safe out there. Ed, Justin, how are you guys doing?
Doing great here.
Doing well
How's
here.
everybody? Yeah.
Been printing up a storm this week. Of course, printing up a storm also means buying more filament and gluing things together. And
So that's why all the filaments out. Just kidding.
yeah, bamboo's having a real hard time keeping filament in stock. I noticed that earlier when I went to go look at it to try to get some more colors that I was
Yeah,
starting to run out of.
it's tough going out there. It's pretty sporadic as to what they have and what they don't have. But what I have noticed though, um, although on the caramel one that I'm waiting on right now because I'm running low on that, if you leave your little email address and say notify me, like you usually get an email in the next couple of days unless they just been out. But on most of the other ones, like I've got an email and then a couple of days later and been able to order the filament and then it goes out right away. Goes out of stock right away again. But I've been lucky just paying attention to the email and getting the little notification and going in there and
Yeah,
doing that.
I actually drove down to my local micro center this past week, and because I was almost out of some filament that I had got from them, and of course their colors,
Mm-hmm.
their olive green doesn't match bamboo's,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
olive green and so on and so forth. So when I run out of something from them, I have to go down there and get more. Um, and it was weird because I went on the website and it said that they had 8 in stock. So I put it in my cart and told them I was coming down to pick it up
Mm.
because you can, basically have them pick it up for you. I get down to the store, which is about 25 miles. So here in Charlotte, that's about a 30, 40 mile or 30, 45-minute trip. And pull into the parking lot. And the moment I pull into the parking lot, it says, we were able to get 2 of the items that you put on your list, but the other ones are out of stock. And I'm like, there is no way somebody bought 8 rolls of olive green filament in 30 minutes. So I walk in there, and if you've ever been to Micro Center, they have a whole shelf of or these little flip books of filament. You just pick out a filament, then you scan it, and they have a huge Rolodex of filament that brings up the filament that you scanned, and it says out of stock. And I'm like, there is no friggin' way. And so I'm standing there looking at the big Rolodex, and another guy's looking for his filament, and he's like, yeah, they're out of mine too. And the Rolodex comes up, and there's 4 of the filaments that I wanted staring me right in the face. So I just grab them and run up to the deal and check out. And I asked the sales associate, I was like, "What's the deal for your guys' filament?" He goes, "Dude, we've been inundated with filament orders and people picking up filament." He goes, "We were supposed to get 2 trucks in, or a couple days ago, and he goes, the trucks never arrived with the filament." He goes, "We have like almost 2,000 boxes of filament that we're supposed to get, and we can't get it."
Wow.
But I don't understand why don't they ship? I mean, why do you have to go and pick it up at the store? Uh,
It was
They
the way
can't
that
get
they
it
do
off
it
the
is weird.
shelf quick enough to fulfill the online orders for people coming in and grabbing
Correct.
it because everybody's seeing the same thing that we're seeing is it's not available online, so they're
mhm.
going in there and they're just not quick enough to pick it up off the shelf, so then somebody grabs it when it's staring them in the face.
Yep.
And when
that's
somebody
exactly what I
comes
did.
in for their order, but like the people that are grabbing it, that are staring it in the face, are getting half of the order that they had anyway. You know what I mean? So,
Hmm.
Yeah,
but
they
yeah, it's
they
crazy.
would ship it because that was one option that I checked on, and they said, yeah, we'll ship it to you, but it won't arrive till like March 10th.
Oh
And I'm
God.
like, well,
Oh man,
shoot,
yeah.
I can drive down to Charlotte 15 times and pick up
Sure,
filament before that date.
sure, sure, sure,
Yeah, you
sure,
better go
sure.
check out Hobby Lobby's olive green real
Mm.
quick.
Hobby Lobby actually had 3 rolls of filament. They haven't had filament for months, and I walked in there the other day and actually had 3 rolls. It wasn't anything that I wanted, but they actually had it.
That's
Does
crazy.
Best Buy carry filament now?
They do, but their prices are extremely
And
high
it's
compared to
Oh, they
Bandana.
are.
super sporadic there too.
Yeah.
And that's another one that can't get them off the shelf. Like you're not gonna get black, white. You would think you would get some olive green. You would think,
Yep.
but black and white, if they got low inventory of that, it'd probably be gone by the time you get there because everybody's in the same boat.
Yeah,
I
but they
usually I usually maintain at least 4 or 5 rolls of black and 4 or 5 rolls of white. So when I order, I order what I need, but then I go ahead and add a couple
Mm-hmm.
more blacks just to make sure,
Mm-hmm.
and white just to make sure that
Yep.
I try to order like 10 at a time to get a
Red every
good
once in a
discount.
while, some sort of blue every once in a
Yeah,
while.
exactly,
Same thing. I
exactly.
do the same thing and throw a random black, white, and then just some color that I just look at what I have a low roll of, and I know that I'm printing that color, so I try to get that one, and
Hmm.
that and that way, it refills itself or whatever. But yeah, try to
yeah
get
when
black
I
and
get down
white with every order until like right now I could probably skip black and white on an order because I got I think 5 of each. But until you got
Hmm.
like that much, you should get it
Yeah,
with every order because nearly every print that you have, especially black, nearly every print you have has black in it.
yeah,
Nearly every
yeah.
one of them has white. If it doesn't have black, it has white, and a lot of
Hmm.
them have both.
Yeah.
yeah yeah when I get down to 3 rolls of each, I order cases of them. I'll go on there and I'll do the bulk buy, and I'll put 10 black and 10 white in it and order it.
Hmm.
Oh, I recognize that one.
Yeah. There, I put the picture on it.
And then
Yeah, my
Mark,
son
the
came down.
olive green is Justin ordered like what 8 rolls from Micro Center and drove like 25 miles to get it. And when he got into the parking lot, they said they had 2, and he went to their Rolodex or whatever, and there were 4 in there, so he grabbed them and got out of there.
Hmm.
And you would think that olive green, you'd be able to grab that. If we were looking at like black and they only had like 10 rolls of that, good luck. But yeah, you would think olive green, you'd be able to get that. So there's that, Mark. And Magnificent EDC, welcome back. Renee, welcome back as well. And yeah, this print looks familiar, but this is a really cool
Yeah.
print.
Yeah. Well, my
Now,
son
did
was
you
It
do
down
has
that out
here.
of
black in
scope?
it, just like I said. Just kidding.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It does. It does have black. Uh, my son was down here. He brought his my granddaughter for her birthday, and he's subscribed to this guy, and he just downloaded it, and we printed it together here for my grandson. He's a fanatic of all Star Wars stuff and Mandalorian, and actually most of the stuff that I printed this week is related to Star Wars. And I'll tell you some stories when some of them come up, kind of crack me up. But yeah, it's a great print. I mean, I surprised how well it all fits together and without any glue or anything. I mean, very well designed.
Yeah, it came out nice. This is a really good picture of it right here.
Yeah, yeah,
Yep.
yeah. Um,
Yeah, that guy that designs all the planes and stuff that I crowdfund and everything,
uh-huh,
and
uh-huh.
his prints, they just he's kind of like the Kit Kiln of spaceships and airplanes. I mean,
Hmm.
they just snap together. You don't have to use glue. I still use
Yeah,
glue, but you don't have to. I mean, they just snap together.
yeah, yeah, it came out. The only thing I had a little bit of trouble with this one is that the guns up front, they're very thin, and when I was putting one in, it's one snapped, so I had to put a little bit of glue to put it back together. Uh, the guns in the front part there, both of them there, they're kind of thin. The part. That's the only thing that I had an issue with it. But it printed great. Everything fit perfectly. You can't see that the part where it broke it because it's a pin that goes from the gun to the body itself. It's not very big, and when I pressed it in, it just cracked. This is silk plus silver, so it's not the strongest material in the world, but so it's very thin, so it snapped on me, so I had to glue it. Other than that, it printed great, and everything fits right on. I mean, no issues at all. Sometimes I have some issues that you have to sand it down a little bit to get things to print. You'll see one later on that I had to sand down a little bit to be able to get everything to print. It was kind of a pain in the neck, but this just worked perfectly.
Yeah, silver looks great, but man, that stuff is almost as brittle as matte
Yeah,
PLA.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. This one I printed right on inside the H2D, and it still has uh, the support on them. That's the way it printed. I take that back. Actually, it printed sideways, but I turned it around sideways to be able to take the picture like this. But it still has there the all the support. Very easy to take out. That's one thing about the silk and also the matte filament is the support is very easy to take out. It's much more brittle, so it's easier to take out than the basic or other material. But this came out very good too.
Yeah, it looks awesome.
Yeah, it came out really nice. And then I printed later on a little stand for it, which I don't think I took a picture of. I had printed a small one before. My grandson is all into Star Wars now, so he's asking me to print all this stuff for Star Wars. Here we got the Falcon.
Yeah, even with silk, with it being so brittle, I mean, you can add 3, 4 walls to it, and it still is
Uh-huh.
just brittle, even with 3 or 4 walls. It helps it a
Yeah,
little bit, but not much.
yeah.
It's pretty big too.
It's not that big. I would say it's about maybe 7 inches by 8 inches, 9 inches.
It's pretty decent size for 3D print.
Yeah, yeah, it's okay. Yeah, I originally thought it was a little bigger when I started printing it. Then I realized it's not going to be as big, but it's fine. My issue is that I don't have a place to put it together, and my son's uh, lives in an apartment, so he has even less. There's a story behind this. My grandson wanted a Darth Vader, but he wanted a large Darth Vader. So I found this one, and this is like one of those dummies 13, whatever they're called.
Uh-huh.
But it's a Darth Vader. It printed really great. I had some issues because this is 220% of the normal size. They had posted in Maker World, and everything is printed in PLA basic, other than the joints are printed in PETG. Um, and I tell you, I had such a hard time in putting those joints together. I had to sand down almost every joint a little bit to be able to get them to fit. Get them to fit. So it took me a long time to put it together. And after I finished it, I thought my grandson was going to love it. And when he saw it, he said, "I don't want that." And I said, "Why?" He says, "He doesn't have the chest. You see the chest there? It's not colored. I mean, all the lights, the green and red and white and the chest. It doesn't have any. The lights are not painted." Uh, And I said, well, you know what? There's a kid that lives around the corner that he liked it, and he wants me to give it, to give it to him. He says, give it to him. So I was so pissed off after spending hours putting this together. So you'll see later on, I took some paint and I actually attempted to paint a little bit of those of the light in his chest. And once he saw it, he said, I like it. And I said, but I already told the kid he can pick it up. And he said, you got to print another one for him. This one's mine. You'll see it when I printed it later. But it's cool, actually. It's pretty tall, actually. It's like
Yeah, that
over a
thing's
foot
huge
tall.
too.
Yeah, it's about a foot tall. Yeah, and it has this lifesaver. I mean, it's saber, light. What is it called? Lightsaber. Yeah,
Lightsaber.
yeah.
That's
And
hilarious.
then he told me that he wanted me to print a lightsaber for him. So you'll see later on that I printed one for him. He hasn't seen that one yet. I just finished that. But yeah, I think it came out great.
Yeah, it came out really good. Yeah, those M13 dummies are notorious for their joints being super tight.
It's super
Um,
tight.
I printed a couple of them, and I didn't use PETG for the joints. I used PLA, and they were so tight I was breaking joints. So what I did is I just reduced them in size by like 2%, and then they fit
Hmm.
just fine.
Well, I just took a little sanding, just sanded a little bit around the joints, but it took me some time because each one you had to sand it down. But eventually it all worked in and worked out. Oh, okay. This one you can see I printed a stand for it, but I have to lay it down on the table completely flat, takes more space. So, and print as quick print. He really liked this one. This one, no, this one's still like this one doesn't have the. Oh, and the cape is made with TPU. So it actually flexed, and it feels like
That's
uh,
awesome.
yeah, it's great. Came out great. Now I had some issues trying to put the cape on. It has a little lip on the top of his shoulder. You're supposed to hook the cape to it, and I mean, I couldn't get it to stay. So I just took a black uh, elastic and just wrapped it around and tied it. You can't see it further. You zoom in, you might be able to see it. If you might be able to see that I tied the cape around his neck. So I gave up on it. There you go. You see? I gave up on it. I couldn't get the damn thing. I mean, I spent almost an hour trying to get it to. So I just, but you really can't, from looking at it, you can't tell unless
Yeah,
you're seeing it in
you
a
had to mention
65-inch
it.
TV. Yeah,
You had to mention it on everybody's four
exactly,
foot screen.
exactly. But it came out great. I mean,
Yeah,
at the
that's
end
a
of it,
good one.
yeah, it came out great. So now supposedly, which there isn't any neighbor kids that wanted it. So, but he thinks I have to print another one for the neighbor kid that had told me that he wanted it because I had I had painted the chest lights for him.
Yeah, really cool. That's one of the cooler ones that we've seen.
Yeah, no, it came out good. This is just a small print of those. What are they called? Those battle or
Battle
whatever they're
droids.
called. Yeah, battle droids. That's what it is. Uh, I had a hard time with it. It's relatively small, and it had so much support. And I printed in basic PLA gray, and the basic PLA gray with support when there's a lot of it, and some of the areas are very thin. It's difficult to. It took me a while to take the support out. but it's small. It's only like maybe 3.5 inches tall. But it's small. I also did the print. It doesn't have any color or anything like that. So it was a quick print. Took me longer, I think, to take the support out off.
Still a cool print though.
Yeah, it came out okay. It came out okay. Okay. Let's see what else I sent you. The thing is, when I sent you the picture, sometimes once I send it, I don't know what actually went out. There you go. If you zoom in, you'll see in his chest that I painted the chest,
yeah,
the
that
light
looks
system.
awesome.
Yeah. So at least it has, not great at paint job there. Don't zoom that much in. It's way too much in. I mean, that's about maybe a quarter of an inch the size of that, maybe half an inch. And I'm seeing like 2 foot uh, in the screen. Yeah, so my paint job wasn't very good. I'm not very good at painting, and as you can see there. But anyway,
Could
Nice.
have painted it. And,
when he saw it, he
could have
loved
painted
it.
it
I
in
mean, he said,
bamboo and printed it.
yeah, true. But I had already print. I mean, I didn't want to print another one of these. I had already printed it. I just painted it. And he got the idea that he wanted a big one because you see there, I had the large sized R2D2. It was like a foot tall. He said he wanted a Darth Vader tall, so Darth Vader is as tall as the R2D2 there. So anyway,
It does look way better with them painted though.
it
It
does.
looks
It does.
way better, but yeah,
Yeah, it does.
I wouldn't
I,
have reprinted it either. And it would even have taken longer to go in there and have to print all of that. And I mean, we could critique your paint, but I'm not, because like even if you 3D printed that, it might not even be that exact, to be honest with you.
no,
So,
yeah, it would have been. I mean, it would have taken a long time because it's, you know,
so
I
yeah,
mean,
I bet it
I
turned
don't,
out great. But yeah,
but it came out okay.
if you were to print
From
it
where I'm sitting.
again, I would color it in, but I would
Yeah,
not
no,
print it
true.
again.
Yeah, of course, of course, of course, of course, of course. I agree. So,
As
but anyway,
small as that is, though, you may have to use a .2 nozzle just for that.
Yeah.
maybe, maybe. But this print, even though it's fairly large, I think it was using it's a .4 nozzle, but it's printing at .16. I think it is.
Mm.
So if you zoom into it, you'll see there's not a lot of. You can't see the layer lines that much. Um,
Yeah,
uh, and,
it's really smooth. You'd never guess it's 3D
yeah,
printed unless you
exactly.
told somebody.
Exactly. It looks great. I was surprised how well, and it's PLA, basic PLA. Like I said, other than the joints, which are PETG, and also the lifesaver, the red is PETG also. Everything else is PLA. The one thing
Overall,
when I
good job, Ed.
oh thank you. And then when I printed the big one, he said he wanted me to print the small one. Now I had printed a one a little bigger than this one before, and I had several of them. And he had taken one home, and then one day he took another one that I had here. So when he comes to play in the house, he didn't have it. So he's like, "Can you print another one here so I can have it here?" So I found this one. It's a little smaller than the one that I printed before. It came out okay. I printed like 4 of them. He can take another one home. But it came out okay. But it's small. It's only like maybe 3 inches tall, maybe 3.5 inches tall, something like that. Compared to the other one that is almost like a foot tall. But I was saying, Len, when I send you the pictures, once I sent them, I can't see which one I sent. So sometimes I may send you one more than uh,
As
more of
long as
one
you
than I
don't
thought of.
change the names of them, it'll just tell me there's a duplicate or whatever, or I can see that there's a duplicate, but I didn't see any duplicates on these.
Yeah, but once I sent it, I can't unless I look at the number, which is the name, and go back and look at the original file to look at the. I can't determine what is it that was actually transmitted up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Once
Yep. And I
I
can't
select
find
them,
an easy way to give you a view of that either.
yeah,
So
yeah, yeah. So that's the only thing that and then sometimes I think that I may have sent you more of one than I try to send you like two or three, well, maybe more than two or three, like three or four of the same one. You can have different angles and stuff, but sometimes I kind of overdo it and send you too many of the pictures of the same one.
I don't think so.
But anyway, but anyway, this is this full version of it.
The silk on this, you use that same silk. It's
Yeah,
like
the same cell.
super shiny on this one, like super duper shiny.
Well, I think I had a light hitting on it while taking this picture.
Well,
I
it's
mean,
also
it's
because
like a
it's
mirror
smaller.
finish. Yeah, it's like a
Yeah,
mirror
yeah,
finish on this thing.
yeah.
Yeah, it's because it's smaller, so the layer lines are closer together, so it really shines.
Yeah,
Hmm.
it's like super shiny, like noticeably shiny.
Hmm.
If you get those settings right or just the right print on that, I mean, it really pops. And even the little vents on that first picture, like even those were really catching light pretty good too.
Hmm.
For a 3D print to catch light like that's pretty
Hmm.
good.
Well, that's so
Now, is this
plus. I
found on
mean,
Maker World?
yeah, yeah. You want me to
You
give you the post?
uh, did you reduce the size of it any, or that's the size
No,
it
no,
comes
no.
out?
This is the size that came out directly out of it. I can see if I can find it in.
Yeah, that'd be
Uh,
great.
Here, let me see if I find it in here, and I'll try to post it.
Well, while I got my silk loaded, I might as well print some.
There you go.
There's Gabe.
Hey, Gabe.
Welcome
Happy
back.
birthday,
Hey,
man.
how you guys doing? Thank you.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Yep,
Thank
happy
you.
birthday.
Thank you, sir. I just came back from birthday dinner.
Happy birthday, Gabe.
Thank you.
You what, 54 now?
48.
Yeah, you're catching up to me.
Yeah, well, but at the same time I catching, you're also going away from me. So
Now, is it? I can't find it now. It has to be here.
I see it's a Star Wars night,
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
It is Star Wars night for
which is
sure.
funny because I printed the R2D2 that I think it was Ed that showed it last
So,
night.
so did I.
Last
I
week.
got pictures of it in here.
Oh, the big one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I
Yep.
found it. Well, this is a small one. My son, I was saying, Gabe, that my grandson uh asked me to print a small one too, so he can play with it. The
Awesome.
other one's too big. It's like a foot tall.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
let
I
me see.
printed the big one for my brother-in-law. He loves Star Wars.
Who doesn't?
No, he goes to another
Weirdos.
level.
I
Oh,
think I
trust
just
me, I
posted there. I
have
just
a
posted
huge Star
the
Wars collection room.
yeah. I just posted the link to the small R2D2. So anyway, you see this here. Remember that I told you the story that my grandson didn't want my original uh, Darth Vader because I had printed it without colors in the chest. And Maker World then gave me this. This is a for cosplay. You actually can put it on your chest, but this is for an adult size. So I printed it to give it to him to say, "Here you go." Uh, but it's it's tall. It's about maybe I don't know. It's about maybe 6 7 inches tall.
Yeah, it looks
Seven
pretty
inches
big.
tall. Yeah, yeah. So anyway, but it's meant to be used as part of the cosplay. You're dressed up, and it doesn't have lights, but it does have those buttons that actually they have springs inside. So you press them and they move from one side to the other.
That's cool.
Um,
Oh, that's
he
awesome.
hasn't seen it. Yeah, he hasn't seen it yet. So uh,
We know what his
he'll see.
Halloween costume is going to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't done. I've done some mastering, but none of Darth Vader. And he's really into it. The dark side and the light side. And uh, a couple of weeks ago, I remember for um, Valentine's Day, they took to their classes. He wanted to take a 3D printer each kid in his class of the dark side and the light side. So he made me print a mini Darth Vader and a small baby Yoda, and that's what he gave out. So he's into that kick now. I guess he's seen like 3 or 4 of the movie, the Star Wars movie with my son. Anyway, he hasn't seen this yet. He'll see it when he comes in. He usually comes in over the weekend, and also on Wednesday they spend the evening with us. But I had printed this just I think it was Friday or Thursday. He hasn't been there here since then.
That's like the most official lightsaber ever.
And
Yeah,
and,
that
and
turned
then
out good.
yeah, he asked me to print one for him. But for his birthday, they gave him last August. They gave him a lightsaber, but actually it had the light. And he said, "You already have one." He said, "No, I want one of the ones that he." I guess he saw it from Maker World, so he asked me to print it. So I had to print that for him. So that's what it is. And then after I printed it, I found a little stand that I printed. I'll show it to you later.
Yeah, those the original lightsabers, in case anybody's curious, were actually battery cell or battery holders for flash cameras from the 1930s and 40s. There was a company called Graflix, and this was a D cell Graflix flash holder for a camera, and then Luke's was a 3 cell flash
Mm.
holder. And I actually have an original Graflix tube that I've converted into a lightsaber, and
Mm.
the round buttons on the switch are actually from a calculator, uh,
Mm.
an electronic calculator back in the day.
Mm. Actually, this in the bottom, it has a little nut that you screw it. That's where you play. Inside there is the PDG red that actually spits out when you roll it out. Just come out. Zhink. But you can actually if it breaks, you can change it, print on a new one by just unscrewing the bottom. And it has like a not a screw, a nut that actually seals it inside. And the designer suggests everything is printed with PLA other than the actual blade that actually sticks out, which is in red. I printed that in PETG. You'll see one later on that I show it.
Yeah, that thing looks legit.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's really
that's the
cool.
right size too.
You can whack somebody upside the head with it, or in order to legally carry it, it's a tire pressure checker
Hmm.
for your car. But man, you don't need the lightsaber part of that thing. You whack somebody upside the head with it.
The only issue I had with it is that the instructions are not very detailed, and he has a little video, YouTube video that shows you how to put it together, but it does it so fast. I mean, that it's you got to stop it and go back again and to see exactly because the parts, how do you place the parts together? It's important, and so it's there's a little lacking in terms of the instructions in the YouTube video, which it just goes too fast. But but it so I printed actually printed two. The first one that I printed, it was not exactly the way it was supposed to be. So I had printed a second one, and this one I printed it. There's two versions. You can print one. You actually use a little bolt, a M316 bolt in the top to hold it in place, or you actually just put a one that actually you glue it in. The first one I had to glue it in, but I had not placed the correctly. So anyway, make a long story short, it prints great. The instructions are you have to be careful when you're putting it together. If anybody wants me to put the link, I can put the link on Maker World. It doesn't take that long to print.
Yeah, put the link.
I yeah. Here's with the actual sword, sticking out. You actually could it just pops out. You swing it and it just comes out. Zip. Let me see if I can find this. I can put the link here.
Yeah, that one's pretty legit.
Yeah, it came out pretty well.
Yeah, it
Pretty well.
turned out really well. There's the lightsaber holder.
Yep, that's a lightsaber holder, which I just printed that actually this morning, I think. So I went ahead and I sent it in, and it wasn't designed
What is
exactly for this, but I
what is all over your plate?
oh when I put in some glue, some liquid glue when I was printing the PETG. And I had also printed some TPU. So I use a liquid. I don't use a liquid glue only for TPU and also for PETG. So that's there.
Gotcha. Yeah, you need to
Uh,
get you a cool plate or a smooth PEI plate, and that way you can use a glue stick, so you don't have that residue all over your PEI plate.
yeah, but this washes so easily. I mean, this is just with a little bit of hot water and soap, liquid soap, washes out very easy. But what happened was when I think the year I was printing when I was printing the with PTG, the red PTG, the lifesaver itself, uh, a couple of times it knocked over. So I had to restart it again. So I just added a couple of more of that liquid glue. I hardly ever use liquid glue, but when I'm starting having some problems sticking, which is rare, or I'm printing with PTU, then I go ahead and I put some liquid glue, which I don't use the regular glue. The PTG, the liquid glue is great, but here I had like three times I had put it on top, one on top of the other. That's why you see so much there. Usually you don't see it like that.
the 4 foot screen zoomed in.
Yeah, yeah, true. That's part of it too. I'm gonna see if I can find here the lightsaber stand, and I'll put that in there too. Yeah, he hasn't seen this yet. My grandson I'm talking about.
Oh yeah, he's gonna love this. Hopefully he doesn't hate it.
Yeah, 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 yeah. You're right. You're right. Yeah. Anyway, that's it. I just put the stand there too. But this stand wasn't designed for this one. But I guess all lightsabers are more or less the same. So it kind of it fits, for perfectly, and it printed well. I think the original design, it was supposed to be white and black, and I printed it with silver and black. The stand I'm talking about.
Yeah, it looks cool.
I came out cool. It's easy to print. I mean, two separate plates. The base is one plate, and then uh, the black what do you call it? The U print separately. But it doesn't look like a 3D print, right?
No.
It looks like it's metal.
Yeah, it looks like something that you would order online for your
Hmm.
cosplay or whatever.
Hmm.
It, it definitely looks really good. Whoever designed it did a really good job.
Hmm.
Yeah, they did.
He has several other um, that you can download. This is the only one that I selected and printed.
Is that just a regular bamboo black?
Yeah, that's basic black, and then
Okay.
the silver is the silver silk plus.
Yeah, okay. It looks really good.
Sometimes it also depends on the light, the way the light hits it. I like to take pictures sometimes inside the H2D. The lights in the room where I have it outside is sometimes way too bright. So it's just about right. And
All
it's
right.
it's it's a relatively fast. I mean, several. You have to print several plates because you just put it together. You need a little bit of glue in some parts, but as I said earlier, the instructions are you have to be look at that damn video that he has, and it just goes so quickly. So you gotta stop it, move back, stop it, and see exactly the position of the different parts, and it's just too fast. But at the end, you figure it out.
Yeah, it turned out good in the end.
Hmm.
All right. Thanks for those, Ed. Be sure to smash the like button if you liked any of those. Let's jump over to Justin. Let's see what he's been printing. And right off the bat, this one turned out really cool.
Another version.
Sorry, I'm waiting for the deal to refresh here. You have a delay, seems. I think my stream's still going. There it is. Yeah, that's the R5D4 that is basically the same size as the R2 that Ed printed, and then I have also printed. This one stands about 14 inches tall if you go from the antenna to the base, but it's by the same designer. Very well done model. Um, it does cost a little bit to print. I think it's about $20 to print this roughly. but well worth it. Um, Easy to put together. Everything snaps into place. I don't think I used any glue on this whatsoever. Um, it all has screws and bolts that you 3D print and screw it all together. And the third leg does fold up like a real droid would, and does pull out as well.
The R2D2 is also the same.
Yeah,
With
I
the
think
leg.
that one's from the same maker.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now I saw one that actually has electronics, and you can actually make it move. And I've been
Yeah,
tempted to try to do that.
Yeah, there's all sorts of files for droids and stuff. Droid Division on Etsy has a lot of files, but they're more for life-size droids. Yeah, I mean, those things take 15 days to print, and God knows how many rolls of filament. But they are impressive.
Yeah, but I saw one that is about maybe like a foot tall. Uh, but you have to buy the electronics, and the electronics weren't cheap either. So when you start adding up, I think electronics were like 50, $60, just the
Yep.
electronics. So before you know it, you spend between the filament and the electronic $75 for that. You can go ahead and buy one.
You can buy a small one.
Yeah, yeah,
the real life size ones are about $20,000-$30,000 because I've seen them.
Oh yeah, but yeah, no, I'm talking about one that is maybe like 8, 10 inches tall.
Oh yeah. No, this was a really fun print. I believe the maker's called the Elemental Brick. He has a lot of Star Wars stuff on Maker World, and he's really knocked it out of the park with these droids. These are the only two he has. He has R5 D4, which is this one, and then R2D2. But I really hope he starts making other ones too, because there are several different astromech droids that he could make in the same style, and man, he would become a powerhouse on the Maker World, which he already is, but he could even get more with all those different types of droids.
When I printed the R2D2, the large one, for my grandson, and he saw it, he freaked out and he said, "Wow!" And that's when he said that he wanted the large Darth Vader also. Everything I print tends to be small. But he loved it too. It's a great design. I mean, everything fits perfectly, perfectly. I had no issues at all putting that R2D2, the large R2D2 together.
Yeah, I mean these things they go together so well. It's almost scary. But but yeah, after I printed this one, I had seen the R2 that you had printed, and so I printed this one. And then I was like, he needs a buddy. So I ended up printing the R2 as well.
Cool. Nice.
Nice touch on the gold on the windows on here. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which gold is that?
Sorry, I'm still waiting for my stream to catch up.
Check if you're actually seeing it live, because I might just be behind.
Okay, there it is. This is a plane from the same guy I get all my planes from. This is his most recent crowdfund, and that gold is just bamboo PLA gold.
Okay.
It's not silk or anything.
Basic.
Yeah,
basic
just
gold.
basic gold.
It looks really nice. Looks better than when I have printed it.
And this one took a little bit to print just because of all the color changes and stuff on the H2D. I'm sure an H2C would print it a lot faster, but it is all snap together parts. the camo and everything turned out well. Um, the little round emblems, the British emblems, they all snap in, so you print those separately. Um, but the and the little flag on the rear tail that prints with the tail. So
Mhm.
that does take a little bit longer to print just because of the color swaps. But the D-Day stripes and the camo, obviously it all prints in separate pieces and they snap together. But that was a little difficult just because I knew there was going to be some bleed at some point. But in all honesty, there wasn't any bleed anywhere.
Yeah, I don't see
So I was
any.
I
I
was
don't see
real
any
impressed with that.
rings or bleed or any of that
Yeah,
anywhere.
yeah,
Yeah, the way
yeah.
the way that he designed the file and the way that it prints the different pieces, he broke it up just right at the right points where you would start to see some bleed.
I like the touch at the tail. You had the little wheel in the back. Does that little wheel turn?
The little wheel does not turn, but it does have retractable front landing gear that you can see
Nice.
in this picture. Um,
Oh.
the landing gear doesn't fit perfectly under the wing like it would on a real plane, but it's close enough that it really doesn't bother me that much. Um, but yeah, I mean this guy again, I would crowd fund anything that he makes because
Yeah,
it's just an amazing. He's an amazing modeler. He really thinks about how to break it apart to where it's easy to print, but yet easy to put back together.
Mhm. A beautiful print.
And this thing's big. I mean, I think the wingspan on it is almost 20 inches, and
Oh,
it's like
really?
19 inches long, I think.
Wow, that is big. Where do you put all these planes and stuff? I mean, when they're that big, at least in my house, I got so much stuff for the grandkids here that they're all my living room, the print room, and the back room, the office. It's all full of all these prints that I've done. I'm running out of space.
Well, these as soon as they come off the printer, since I have a commercial license for all these, they go directly into my vendor shop,
I
and
see.
so
How much you asked for to sell this? How much you sell this one for?
this particular one I have 40. I think it's $40 on,
Okay, nice.
and I want to say it costs about. Actually, let me look it up. I actually have the file open here. I think. Uh, Give me a second, and I'll find it and open it up.
yeah. This dude has the snap together plane market on lockdown for sure.
Oh, absolutely. I'm excited to see what he decides to release next because this is the fourth one he's released. This one didn't do as good on the crowdfunding as his other. I think it only did about 13,000.
That's not
Poor
bad.
guy.
How long do you think it took him to design this? How many hours would it take him to design it?
uh, I'm guessing since he's so good at it, probably 2, 3 weeks maybe.
That long? I mean, so it'd be like 120 hours?
Yeah, probably.
Probably. But
It
Really?
will
then
Wow.
probably.
refining, like the first time that he designed it,
Oh,
it wasn't the right one. So he had to design it, print it, figure out where to tweak it, print it again, design some more, print, design. He probably printed this thing out 20, 30 times before it was right.
yeah.
Yeah. So on the H2D, this took 1 day and 18 hours to print for a total cost of $21. and it uses 846 grams of filament across
wow.
all the different colors.
How big is it?
It is, I have it here. Let me go grab a tape measure because I actually have it sitting in this other room. Bear with me for just a moment. I have it sitting in my Star Wars room of all places.
It's a good place to be.
So from tail to nose, it is 16 inches, and wingtip to wingtip, it is 18 and a half inches.
Wow,
Yeah, so
that's
it is a
pretty
big airplane.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot bigger than what it looks like in the picture.
All planes that I've printed have been small. I mean, probably half the size of that.
Yeah, it's not as big as this SR-71. His SR-71 is almost 3 foot long.
Wow.
Yeah, I would love to print that one. My son saw it and he wanted it, but I'm not gonna buy the file just to print one for my son.
Oh, you should. It's only $15.
I know, but it's gonna be a one-time use. So.
Has anybody printed 3D printed a plane and put a motor to be able to fly it?
I have a coworker that does that. That he prints model airplanes.
Yeah, I haven't done that.
There's an airfield not far from my house here that I went to a couple of times, and there's one guy out there that it looked like he went and got a 2x4 from Home Depot and cut the crooked end of it off and just strapped a motor to the thing and put some balsa wood. They weren't even that great of wings on there, and man, he flew the crap out of that thing. So I would imagine you could 3D print it. There's a dude that made a 3D printed RC car that looks pretty good that I want to try to print maybe. It looks pretty legit. Like, pretty legit.
Yeah, I got a couple of 3D printed cyber brick cars. I just haven't put them together.
Yeah, same.
So,
same.
These are more of those little flexies. The R2 is on Maker World. The I forget the name of that character, that little wizard character. He's from He-Man. And then you have a Transformer Devastator, the construction Transformer. Those are from a Patreon I'm subscribed to. And then the little bird is actually, I'm crowdfunding the Flexi Maker on Maker World. And so they gave me early access to it to try it out since I'm a crowdfunder. And so that was the first print. And what this is it's a website you go to, and it has a bunch of different animal parts and different like wings and heads, and you can add fur and tails and eyes and all sorts of stuff. So you literally make your own flexi, and it shows it to you in full 3D. You color it the way you want, you download it, and you print it. And so I think that's going to be a pretty big hit on Maker World once it's fully funded and released. Let me go there real quick and see where they're at. So if you go to the crowdfunding, it is called Cute Flexi Maker, Build Your Own 3D Pet. And they have raised $75,000 so far, and they have 24 days left.
Wow.
Yeah, I think I saw an ad for that, or I received an email, one of the two.
Yep. So this was, since I love doing flexis and they sell so well in my shop, I was like, well, here's another way that I can maybe get off some Patreons, and it's not going to cost me anymore. So this little R2, that's from Maker World as well, I believe, if I remember correctly. Now this one I'm not putting in my shop just because I don't have the Patreon license for him, but he was cool enough to print that there's enough kids in this neighborhood that I live in that like Star Wars, so I'm just going to hand them out to them.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
And there's that bird with the custom flexi maker.
Mm-hmm.
But it's pretty crazy. I mean, you can start with the body of a cat, and you can add a beak to it, and add wings to it. And, I mean, there's probably a couple thousand different combinations of flexies that you could make just messing around. They're basic. They're not as detailed as some of the other flexies I do, but I mean, for you're just throwing them in a bin. Like in my case, I'm throwing them in a bin for $3 a piece. So that's pretty easy money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for real.
Cool.
Is that the little dude from He-Man and the Masters of the Universe?
Yes. Or Orko, I think is his name.
I think that's what his name is.
Yeah. So since I had printed He-Man and Skeletor, I was looking for some others to kind of go with it on his Patreon, and he actually released this one not too long ago. So I downloaded and printed it so I can have like a little He-Man, retro nostalgia set that I can put in my shop. So.
Yeah, he turned out awesome.
Yeah.
Is that turquoise or cyan on the color of his ears?
That is turquoise. I was going to use cyan, but then I looked at some of the old cartoons, and I'm like, he's more of a seafoam green. Mm-hmm. So turquoise was as close as I could get. So
yeah, you got nailed it.
I should say turquoise was as close as I could get using bamboo filament. If I would have went with Sunlu or somebody else, I probably could have got a closer color. But for what it is, again, this is simple. So, and this is to go with the Megatron and Starscream and Optimus Prime that I printed a couple weeks ago, and Soundwave. This is Devastator, which anybody in my age group remembers the 80s toys, and you would have to buy I think it was 6 or 7 different Transformers to make this big one.
The arm was one, the body was one, and the body one was the most expensive one, and then you had to buy all these other ones. And one of them, the arm or their stupid leg, would never be in stock at Alco or Kmart. They'd never be in stock with it, so you could never complete the set. Yeah, it was a pain in the butt.
They're really fun to print, and it's cool to see how they come out. Some of them don't have as much articulation as others. Like this one, basically his center moves, and that's it. His head doesn't move, or the arms and legs don't move. It's just he has a link in the center. But in all honesty, it was a cool print. Lots of color changes, even on the H2D, but all in all, worth it. And this was all printed at 0.2 layer height. Now I could probably print it at 0.12 or 0.16 and get a smoother result, but again, I'm going for speed, and I don't want to sit there for 3 days waiting for 20 of these things to print. So.
And when you have it in front of you, you can't, you don't see the layer lines like you see it in a 6-foot TV screen.
Exactly. So, since Ed led off with lightsabers, I got to have one in there too.
Yeah, there you go.
The battle of the lightsabers.
This one turned out pretty well.
Yeah,
I was
this
a little
one's cool
disappointed
too.
with the emitter section. I don't think you can see it in my photos, but the emitter had some issues with the silk filament. Um, but it still turned out. It's one of those things that looks good, 2 feet away on the shelf. Um, but I probably won't print too many more of these just because I have real lightsabers that actually function and have sound and everything, and they're $600-700 a piece. But um, for what this is, it's a good, quick, easy print. Definitely something that you just display with. I would not hand this to a kid to play with because he would break it in about 5 seconds. Um, just because of the silk filament and it being so brittle. So
Yeah, especially if they want to start whapping, hitting it against the wall. And
yeah, well, thankfully this one doesn't have a blade.
oh, it
So
doesn't. Okay.
the chances of that happening are probably pretty slim to nil, but I could definitely see them,
First drop on the
dropping here.
floor, it's in two pieces.
Yeah, it'll instantly shatter. So I actually broke a couple pieces on it just trying to put it together, and had to increase the wall strength on a couple pieces and reprint it because it would snap. So if I just used regular bamboo silver instead of the silk, I'm sure it'd be stronger, but I wanted the more shiny look. So
Yeah.
but this all screws and snaps into place. There's no glue anywhere. So
Let you know how long my grandsons last. Once I give it to him, it might be only a few minutes.
How old is he?
Place your bet in the chat.
There you go.
How long it's gonna
He's
last.
5. He'll be 6 in August.
Oh, yeah, a few minutes max.
have
A
your
real
printers on standby,
lightsaber
Ed.
made out of titanium would last about 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you might want to have your printer on standby just to print another one.
Yeah. Oh, I printed 2, but one of them didn't come out as good as the other one. But I think it's more likely that he may break the red,
The blade.
the blade itself, than the rest of the body. Hopefully, he won't just throw it. If he throws it, that's the end of it. Forget it. But the blade, I'll print it again. It takes about, maybe, I think it's like 3 hours to print the blades in
Yeah, it's not
PETG.
bad.
Yeah, it's not that bad. Now the designer suggests that you print. I just printed the default the way he set it up, but he suggests you printed it with a 0.8, and I didn't do that. And then to make it thicker, the walls,
Yeah.
and in PTG, he was saying that you printed base mode in 0.8, it's going to be much stronger. But I didn't do that. I just printed the default that he had set it up at 0.4.
But this is actually by the same maker as the droids that me and Ed have printed. So
Mm-hmm.
it was just easy to go on the Maker World and load it up and print it out. So and there's my R2.
Great. My great. How this is the full 12-inch version.
Yes.
Yeah.
It looks pretty good.
Great. It printed great. I mean, I tell you, it prints great.
Do you know,
Everything
I
fits
had,
right in place.
so I printed it, and you guys will see the picture. So I printed the same one, but I couldn't get the filament on the legs.
Why?
It would come in one of the sides, but it would not stick in the other. It wouldn't go in.
I didn't have a problem.
Yeah, I didn't have
go
an
ahead.
issue with mine, but
No.
I did use supports when I printed, so that may have helped.
No, I think
Uh,
that the holes on one of the parts just came out a tad too small, so the filament doesn't go in. So I need to just open the hole a bit.
that, or maybe just sand down the filament a little bit around it,
Yeah, I can do that too. Yeah.
and then just stick it in there. And what I did in mine is I put a drop of crazy glue on
Mm-hmm.
just to hold it in place, and
Yeah.
it's holding perfectly.
Yep. But I was
That's the only glue.
test fading, and it just wouldn't go in. So I
Yeah,
took the pictures without it.
the only glue that I used was a drop on each one of those um, filament at the bottom and the legs. That's the only thing glue that I use in putting this together. Everything just fit in perfectly. It's a great design.
Yeah, they look so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and instead of using now on the R5D4, I used bamboo silver basic, and on the R2 I used the silk silver for the dome for the head, and then for the vents and stuff I went back to regular basic silver because I was afraid that the silk silver was going to be way too brittle when you had to snap those pieces together. So
Yeah, I used Silk Plus, and I didn't have any problems with putting it together. No, I don't know how long it'll last, but those parts are not. I mean, the body itself is basic
it's pretty, yeah,
white.
it's pretty
Yeah,
solid.
yeah, it's solid.
I mean, I if I had to guess, I would say each one of these droids weighs about pound, 2 pounds, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah, easily.
And they do not stand up on their own very well without that third leg deployed.
hmm
But otherwise, amazing prints.
yeah.
Yeah.
I really,
I would say the only thing that I've had to do is tighten the legs, the screw on the legs.
yeah.
It has the little knob that you print to tighten
Mm-hmm.
it. I have had to tighten it a couple of times because my grandson, when he plays with it, he moves the leg back and forth, and when you move it back and forth, eventually they
Yeah, it
get loose,
starts. Yeah.
getting loose.
Yeah, I
So you have
noticed
to
that.
tighten it. Yeah.
Yeah, like any 3D print that's not really designed for a kid to play with. It's designed to
Exactly.
print
Yeah,
and put
yeah,
on the shelf and admire.
yeah.
Yeah,
But
but we are kids.
yeah, well, yeah. And tell a five-year-old that he can't play with it.
That's why
Yeah,
you have a 3D printer is to print another one.
exactly.
Yeah, you don't have to go that far. Tell me that I can't play with it,
Yeah, that's
because
right.
I'm the first tester that I'm gonna figure out that, hey, yeah, that's coming loose because I'm playing with it, because it already happened to me.
Yeah. But I mean, these things are great. I really hope he comes out with more. Um, I mean, granted, he's got the two iconic ones done already,
Mm-hmm.
but there are a plethora of droids that he could do, and I think it would be really great if he would. But we'll see what happens.
Yeah, they came out great.
Yep. Yep. Thanks for sending all of those in. Be sure to smash the like button if you liked any of those. And this is not the droid you were looking for.
Nope.
Here's another one. And this one, did you use like a blue metal filament? Because the blue stands
Silk
out
Plus.
right away.
Yeah, Silk Plus
Oh,
blue.
that's beautiful, beautiful blue.
Oh yeah, yeah. I didn't even
Oh, yeah,
think about
beautiful
using
blue.
silk blue. I have
Yeah,
that.
and I do too. I do too. No, I want to go back and print
That's
those
so
parts in blue.
funny.
Well, print
You
it
all
again.
printed the same thing and did it slightly differently. That's so funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. I might go back and print the blue and just
Yeah,
change,
it looks
little
really
parts.
cool with the Silk blue.
No, it does.
Yeah,
It
it
does.
really,
I
it
love
really
it.
stands out.
Yeah, and the red is
Yeah.
a Silk Plus red.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna send you an invoice for my filament, Gabe.
Sure, just send I'll put directly to junk emails.
I may do that. I may just print that blue again. I'm not going to print the entire thing again,
Yeah,
but
just print the blue
just the
parts.
blue. Yeah. I may do that because it comes apart easy, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that blue's really, really good. Really, really good
Hmm.
touch.
Hmm.
Damn
Yeah,
it,
it came out really good. I was surprised how well it came out. Regardless of the blue, I'm talking about the design in general.
Yeah, it looks great.
Well, if I print another one, I'll use silk blue.
Yep,
I'm
definitely.
I'm sorry, guys, that I did that to you guys.
There you go.
No, I'm not sorry at all.
I'm
But yeah,
going to
was it?
print one next week. It's all going to be matte. It's all going to use matte filament. So ha,
There
Yeah, just call it a dirty R2D2. Doesn't shine.
and it'll fall apart the moment I put it on the shelf.
Yeah, just don't look at it too much, or it's gonna fall apart. Yeah. So this little bunny is probably like
Gorgeous.
5 inches tall. It's from Maker's World. If anyone wants the file, I can find it and share it. But I ended up painting. So the bunny was all one color, so I didn't have the ears painted and the nose and the tongue. So it was just like the carrot and the green from the carrot was like that. But then the bunny only had like black eyes and nothing else. Everything else was white.
Mhm.
Actually, it wasn't even white. It was like beige. So I took the time to paint the nose and the ears and the tongue.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, yeah. I gave it away yesterday.
And you printed in the H2C.
On the H2C, yes.
Yeah. So no waste. How long did it take you to print that?
I don't remember. Might have been like 16, 17 hours.
Okay.
I can tell you right now. I can slice it. I have
And
the
and,
files
and I
here.
assume you only print one. Once you have
Yeah,
the
I only
H2C,
printed one.
yeah, when you have the H2C, it doesn't matter. If,
Yeah,
I,
you're not.
I tend to print when it's multicolor. I tend to print
Mm-hmm.
more than one because you say the
Yeah,
waste is
the
so
waist
much.
is the same. Yeah.
Exactly. So I tend to print 4, 5, or 6, whatever
Mm-hmm.
many I can, and just give them out. But if I had the H2C, I would only print one or maybe two, depending if I.
Yeah, with
Yeah,
the H2C, I print whatever I really want or need. So in this
exactly.
case, I was printing just one because I
Exactly.
was gonna give it away
Yeah.
to a specific kid.
Yeah, you guys are making me really want an H2C.
Yeah, me too. I
It's
want one, but
again, like I think we've mentioned this before, and like I was late to the game on the H2C, but it's the third time in a row that they changed the game. Because again, like when I got the X1C, it changed the game
Mm-hmm.
of multicolor printing.
Well,
And then
forget
the
multicolor
H2D
printing.
was huge, and then again the dual nozzles opened up the multicolor again. And then the H2C, I was like, okay, big whoop, the 6 nozzles, big whoop. But it makes it's game
Yeah,
changing difference in the
it
way
is,
that you print
but
and
but
what you
the
want to print. Go ahead.
with the X1C, it wasn't only the introduction on the multicolor the way they did it. It was just that you could just hit send and it would just
Oh yeah,
work.
easy,
it
and it was
worked. Yeah,
fast,
exactly.
and it was fast, and it just
Exactly.
worked.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
right.
so
Exactly.
that bunny took 18 hours exactly. 18 hours
Mhm.
and 0 minutes. It has
That's not bad.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 colors.
And what
Slice it
was the
for the
waste?
X1C just as a comparison. And back in the
Let me
day,
check.
that was lightning speed when the X1C was out.
Exactly.
Whatever this
Yeah.
would be lightning speed. And it's probably over a day. And this is the only printer. I think we talked about this too. This is the only
Mm-hmm.
printer that you would dare let print for more than a day.
Yep. Well, more than a few hours.
Yeah.
Not
Well,
have to
it's
reset
slicing.
everything.
I mean, bamboo changed the 3D print completely, the industry completely, and now everybody's copying. And they've been great. I mean, I remember I was printing for like almost 2 years before I got the bamboo. And when I got the bamboo, I said, forget about it. I just gave the other ones away because I would
You
spend
don't
half the
need
time,
it.
yeah, I would spend the time half the time, fixing them. There was always something I had to fix.
That
It
is
was
super cool print.
oh, I mean, yeah, it is a great print. I mean, I love the little bunny,
Mhm.
but probably that would, if it took you how many hours? You said 16 hours to print.
Yeah,
It would probably
18
take
hours.
18 hours. Uh, Probably in the X1C or in the H2, even the H2D will probably be 35 hours.
Well, I'll tell you right now,
Oh, yeah, you're in
it's
the computer.
slicing.
You're gonna
Yeah.
slice it and let me know how much it is.
Mhm.
I may want to print that. Do you have the file already designed with a color?
I think Renee pasted it in the chat.
Yeah, but that one doesn't have
The
the
color?
painted
Colors.
ears. Well, I guess I can upload as a profile to Maker's World.
Oh yeah, with how
Yeah,
you
yeah,
painted it.
Hmm.
yeah. Can you do that and then just send us
Yeah.
the link?
Yeah, well, it's gonna be on the same link that Renee
Okay,
put
okay,
in. Just
Yeah,
after the
it'll just
call,
be a
I'll just
remix.
load it up as. Well, I'm not gonna put
okay,
it as a remix. I'm just gonna put it as a profile on the
okay,
same place, so that way the owner gets the points.
okay. Let me see here. I see it now. Open. You're
Yeah,
just 100 times better.
Yeah.
1,000 times better. 1,000, not 100 times, 1,000 times better.
Yeah. Once you start painting, it looks a lot better.
Well, also the color. I mean, the green you're using, the
Yeah.
orange you're using. I
Hmm.
mean, everything.
So 1 hour. Well, sorry, 1 day, 20 hours on the
One
X1C.
day,
Almost 2 days.
Almost 2 days. I'm
so
guessing with the H2D it would be less, but
yeah, but since you have uh all the time, you have at least two colors all the time changing.
hmm.
It's gonna be more than two colors. You
well,
have
one nozzle will stay white. The other
yeah,
nozzles will be
exactly,
switching.
Yeah, yeah,
exactly.
yeah. Which is what I did. It was white on the left nozzle, and then the rest of the colors
Hmm.
Yeah,
on the right. No, extruder.
it may not be that bad with the H2D actually. Now think about it, because uh, only the black and the green are going to be, and the white are going to be running simultaneously by layer. So it's not that much of the area going to be uh, more than two
Yeah,
colors.
yeah. I don't think it'll be a whole lot slower on the H2D.
I-
It's probably
Yeah,
it probably cracks into the 20s.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, because believe it or not, on that plane that I showed pictures of, it was actually designed for the H2C. The profile was,
Hmm.
and so I looked at it, and it was printed on the H2C versus H2D was only going to save me $3 in filament cost, but it was going to save me about 10 hours in
Yeah,
printing time.
yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. And that's like not having to. And I still use the towers because I did like a 6 color print the other day without the towers, and it was kind of it kind of messed up. There was some spots that weren't perfect or whatever, and when you use a prime tower or whatever, it is pretty perfect. But even using the prime towers, with not having to prime like a lot and poop all of those nozzles all the time, it saves a ton of time on that. Even with doing the prime tower and everything, it still saves a ton of time. And then now, like, I have 10 colors loaded right now at any given time. So like, and like legitimately can spit things out like this in under a day is insane. And that's, and again, like the H2D, remember, or like the X1C, when you got that, it changed the way that you thought about 3D printing. It did for me, right? With color, the speed, the quality, all of that. And then the H2D with the size and the two nozzles, that was the unexpected thing for me, is that you started to think about, okay, well, what do I put in the left nozzle? What do I put in the right nozzle? How is it going to put this in there? And how's it going to print it? Like, changed the way that we all think about how things are printing. And then the H2C again did the same thing. And it's so crazy how much that little bit, you know, changing the nozzles like that, how much that little bit saves, you know, over time. Especially if you're printing a lot of stuff, man, it really starts to save.
Yeah.
And if they do that on both sides and have two nozzles like that with the big 300 millimeter plate, they may do it again. They may do it again. If it's on both sides, because then I mean, it's limitless, the colors that you can do.
Yeah, you can do 12,
Like,
6 and 6 on each side.
yeah, like legitimately do it. You know what I mean? Not just oh, well, every once in a while I do it. No, you could, like, every print can be that, and you can get like a 12, 16 hour big old print in a day. That will change the game on some stuff again. So we'll see what they do on the next one.
Yeah, how long do you think it's going to be before we get the next printer?
Probably this
from
year,
Bamboo?
I would imagine.
Yeah, maybe by the end of the year.
I don't. The next flagship, maybe this year, maybe next year. We waited a little while on the H2D. It seemed like the H2C came a little quick.
Oh, but when they announced the H2D, they also said that they were working on the H2C, and they gave a bit of a demo.
That and gave like the little sneak peeks. Remember that, like right after everybody spent 2,500 on the H2D.
Well, they announced it because Snapmaker came out with their version, and that's why they announced it immediately. Within a week of Snapmaker coming out, they announced, and they put the little a little video how it's going to work. Remember?
Well, I do remember how they put in the video, but I didn't know it was because of the Snapmaker.
Yeah, Snapmaker came out. That's when I saw the video.
Okay.
And the vortex.
Yeah, I uploaded the Bonnie profile.
Oh, it's there? Okay, let me look at it. I'm gonna have to print that. Let me see.
Holy hell! I would never even consider printing something like that.
Oh,
Wow.
that'll take a week. Takes a week to do that.
Oh, it would take more than that.
So that's from Flexi Factory. They released that. So it was like 2 days ago.
Wow.
So yeah, it's a fun print. I use silver, silk plus, silk plus blue, and silk plus what they call gold, but it's more like a yellowish.
No, I'm really going to send you an invoice because I'm going to have to get an H2C.
I already sent him that email that says your fault.
Yeah.
He's already got blamed for one.
Len sent me an email insulting me and telling me it was my fault. I was like, well, I didn't force you.
My arm was
Um,
twisted
I'm
pretty
gonna
hard.
have
I
to
will
wait till
say
November.
that. Just kidding.
I'm gonna have to
yeah,
wait till
and to
November
be
for
honest,
Black Friday.
I'm really impressed with the H2C. The amount of filament waste is pretty much zero, and the time savings are impressive. Did I need to buy it? No, because I don't do this for business. So for me, if it took 3 days to print on the X1C, um, I I wanted a bigger printer and ended up with the H2C somehow.
Yeah. Well,
Well,
somehow it's
I
because
look at it from a business standpoint.
No,
You know,
it makes sense from a business
Yeah, the
standpoint.
hours saved is
Yeah, the
money in your
hours saved,
pocket.
the
Like,
filament saved, it makes sense business wise.
I mean, I can print anything you can print on the H2C, except that it took me 3 times as long.
Yes.
mhm.
Yeah, but
Uh,
you don't have a business that you need to have it,
sure,
the
sure,
printer
sure,
running,
sure,
printing a lot of stuff,
sure,
then it doesn't
sure.
matter.
I mean, I
No.
have my H2 D. I have 4 AMS and 2 AMS HT. So I have what 16, 18 colors that I can print. So I can print the colors. It's just going to take so long.
hmm
so how long did this take to print?
I want to say it was like 20 hours.
That's
So
not.
but I
That's
also
Now, see,
printed a,
by
nothing. That's
comparison,
nothing. That's nothing for this. That's nothing.
but I also printed a second head, which is a unicorn head. So it has the horn and where the blue circle is in the face, it has a horn.
by comparison, I'm getting ready to print another Flexi, and it has, let's see, it has 1, 2, 3, 4 colors. It is going to take 12 hours to print 15 of them, and that's with the H2D. And this has 4 or 5 colors,
This is 3 colors.
3 colors.
Yeah.
And you said it's going to take 18 hours, but the detail on this is way higher than the Flexis that I'm printing.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, the amount of details on this one is crazy, and to be honest, the pictures don't do it justice for the amount of details that they have.
I could only imagine. This is like one of the cooler ones that we've seen. This thing's amazing.
Yeah, this was just released this week, and just decided to print it.
How big is it?
Hold on.
Probably at least 8 inches, right?
Hold on. Let me get it. So which measurement you want to know? The height and the length?
The length from like the tail to the nose.
So if I extend, do you want me to extend the tail?
No, just leave it hanging.
Just like
So, like 7 3/4, give or take.
11 inches.
That's 7 3/4.
Oh,
Give or
7
take.
3/4.
that's
Yeah, give or
pretty hefty
And
model.
Height-wise,
It's
it's
amazing. The details
just
are
over
amazing.
6 inches high.
Yeah, 6 inches.
Yes, around 6 inches tall.
And see, I could probably sell something like that. Now, obviously, I have to pay for my Patreon too, which is like $10 a month for Flexi Factory
Mm-hmm.
for commercial. So I could probably put that horse in my shop for $30-40 easy.
Well,
I don't know how much filament it took to print it or what the print cost was, but
so the print costs like $8.
yeah, so
Using
that's like
using the default prices, the
the
slicer has.
$24.99.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's, I mean, even with that, that's almost a 400-500% markup.
Yeah, so it takes 273 grams. total. And it took 1 day, 2 hours.
Yeah, that's nothing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, technically it had 620 filament changes.
No, but even the H2C, you don't have waste.
Yeah.
It's much quicker if you print 4 or 5 or 6 at the same time because it'll use the
Yeah,
same nozzle.
because of the color changes, yes.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, but the point is, on the X1C, I wouldn't have tried to print as many as I could fit.
Oh,
Because I was going to have a lot of waste.
exactly.
But now I'm not printing for a business, so if I need to print another one, it's just for another day. It doesn't matter to me.
Exactly.
But at least I'm saving the waste.
Sure. But what I'm saying is that if you're going to print more than one because you want to sell them, it's going to be much quicker to print several at one time
10
than have to
hours
print
of
one.
savings and a couple of dollars of filament.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're doing this, 3 or 4 days out of the week for money, like the H2C pays for itself in a couple of months at the minimum, at the worst case scenario. Just because you can print, just by printing more stuff in the time.
Yeah. I'm just holding off until they come up with a new one. With a 16 color, 12 colors.
To me, it wouldn't be as much in filament savings because I have the H2D. It would be more about the time savings.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you will still be saving filament when you're doing the third color because you're still going to have to purge between 2 colors.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And also there's time savings too.
Oh, yeah.
Because you don't have to retract. If you only are using 7 colors, you don't retract that 7 colors. That if you have an H2D and you have 7 colors, you're going to retract many times to change the colors.
6 times.
Exactly.
Yeah, and I didn't put any pictures with the other head, but the other head actually looks better than the one that is on it. The unicorn one.
Does this print on his belly, I'm assuming?
So the legs print
looks so
separately.
like right here, right? This is the flat part right here, right?
Yep.
Okay,
so the legs are separate. The tail, the tail prints separately as well, and you just put it in. The head. So you go back one picture or 2 maybe. So you see those divisions in the head. So each part that has a gold, that part prints separately. So you just snap them together.
You use any glue for this, or it's all
Nothing.
All snap?
Yeah, that part is just printed there. That's part of the head. But if you go down to the left 1 layer, so that part that has a gold, a bit more to the left, that one is print separate. The one below that one prints separate. Then the one below that one. So it's like three pieces that makes it be able to move. Then the head on top. Then the legs print separate and the tail. But it's really easy to snap in.
You think there's one version that has horns in them?
So it has 1 horn like a unicorn.
I see. And where between the ears?
Where the blue circle is on the head.
I see.
Yeah, I can take a picture. I have it here in front of me. Let me just take a picture and
I'm officially saying I can't wait till November for Black Friday because that's when I'm going to pick up an H2C.
Well, you might not have to wait until November for Black Friday because they do the mid-year anniversary sale. You might be able to get it cheaper.
Yeah, I'm more interested in the next version of it. Hadn't I bought the H2D, I would buy it, but since I bought the H2D, and I'm not going to upgrade my H2D.
Yeah, and it makes sense to wait because you already have an H2D. Because I had the X1C and I was looking for something a bit bigger. It didn't make a lot of sense to me to just go.
It wouldn't make sense for you to go to the H2D at the time that you were buying for a couple
Mm-hmm.
hundred
Mm-hmm.
bucks to go to the
Sure,
H2C is a
sure,
no
sure.
freaking brainer.
Yeah,
Well,
and I had a bunch of Maker's World cards, so I had like almost $500 in cards.
Oh,
So I used those.
Tim, this is not on Maker World. This is by Flexi Factory, which is
It is Flexi Factory, yes.
yeah.
So Len, I just uploaded the picture of the other head. I just took a picture here on the desk. So it's not going to be the best of pictures, but it gives you guys an idea.
yeah, this one
That is
model will make you
amazing.
get a subscription to Flexi Factory for sure.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, the
I
problem
used
with
to have a
this,
subscription, yeah.
the problem with and it happens with pretty much a lot of the Patreon subscription is that this was released in February. If you don't subscribe in February, you don't have access to it.
Oh, really?
Today's
Yeah.
the last day of
Yes.
February. You
Yes.
better get on there and get your subscription in.
So how
Wish
did
I
that
had
work?
an affiliate link. Just kidding.
Yeah, I don't
So-
get anything.
So Gabe, the way it works, you can only get the ones that are prospectively that they come out with prospectively.
Yeah, so you only get so they give you some bonuses and other stuff, but you don't get the access to the entire collection from 2020 or whatever year it started.
I see. So it's prospective. So if
Yeah.
you're, you only get what they put in. For example, let's say you start in March, you only get what they put in March. You
And
you can't print what's
Yeah, you
forward
get
and
March forward.
March forward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
So I
you
guess
get some
you get it
bonuses and other stuff.
whenever your subscription starts, and then forward you get all the models
Mhm.
forward, but you don't get grandfathered into all of the old models.
Correct.
No.
So that
And
keeps you
sometimes
from
they'll
just doing a
re-release.
month a year and getting all
Yeah.
of the models, right?
Exactly. Because if not, just subscribe for a month, download everything, and that's it.
Right. Sometimes they'll re-release too. Like Matt Meyer makes, he has
Yeah.
what's called a vault. So every month he'll release a model from the vault previously that you may not have gotten, and that way you can go ahead and get it too.
Yeah, so in some cases, Flexi Factory has done that. In other cases, so they have some exclusive that they do not re-release at all. Period. So if you missed it, you missed it. That there's my son loves Orca, so they have released an Orca before I subscribed, and I don't have a way to get it. They did release a similar Orca that it was modified. They added tattoos and all that, but it wasn't the plain Orca that my son wanted.
That's the rules are the same if you or the license you get it only for personal use.
I think it's the same price regardless.
But what I mean is the system.
Yeah.
When you subscribe to it, because some you can subscribe for personal use, not to sell, and it's cheaper, but they still only allow you to get the prints from that month forward.
Correct.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, it sucks, but it makes sense that they have to do it that way because like Len said, you just sign up for 1 month, gotta get everything, and you only pay $10 for everything, which again makes sense. It sucks for us, but it really makes sense.
I understand.
Email them and see if you could retro back the last year in payments and get all the models. I bet they would.
I try. I contacted. I think his name is Dan. Tried to get that Orca. I was willing to pay for it, and he said no. There's no way. Which up to a certain point, I like that he stood by that. But yeah.
Even if you're not going to sell them, he wouldn't.
Even if, and I told him I just need to print one for my son. And he was like, "Yeah, you might want to contact someone that sells them on Etsy or something." I said, "Okay." Yeah, the issue is, and I get it, that the moment he makes that exception, someone is going to find out, and guess what? Everyone's going to start asking for exceptions. So anyway, that's the unicorn head.
Cool.
Yeah, it looks cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's all the photos we have for this week. Appreciate everybody joining. There will be a video tomorrow, and we'll take a look at some really, really cool filament. So I'll see everybody tomorrow during the video. Thanks for sending the photos, gentlemen, as usual, and thanks for watching, everybody.
Okay, guys.
Thank you for having us. Take care.
Take
Have
care.
a good one.
Bye-bye.
Bye.